Okay, that's still kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit loud. At least it is to my ears. It's just like, God damn! Let's go kaboom! But yeah, I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, because apparently I can't think of any better way to torment myself right now. And to play this stupid game. Fire in the Sky Festival in the 50th year return of Comet that is black.
Gruesome image.
Which gruesome image is that particular? The face of the girl? That is pretty gruesome. Especially once you get to it in game and you see her
Maria!
goddamn alien face. The best assumption as to why you can't remember a damn thing is because you hit yourself really damn hard when you landed after you fell off the ark. And you know, considering that how long a fall that is, my God, it is still extraordinarily loud. You're not Goku!
Like it or not, I have to believe him.
No, I don't. I don't have to believe anyone. I don't have to believe anything. All I have to believe is that I ate too much pizza. That is the only true fact I need to go by. And that I have to play Westopolis 10 bloody times in order to complete this game. Westopolis, Westopolis, Westopolis. Apple.
Stop!
Oh, hey, a handgun. I'm sorry, sir, but, I'm gonna have to take this from you. What kind of handgun even is this?
Long time no see.
No! No! Shut your face, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Show them a thing or two.
You wanna get up all in my business about me in a long time no see. How about you go straight to hell? Never repeat that line in front of me. In fact, never repeat that line ever again. Jesus balls. Why did I orbit that enemy? I am now the natural satellite of this flying black monstrosity. This is who I am!
0-100.
God, this is still... I set it to 15, and I can still barely hear myself think. This gun is as big as I am. Often I so much wonder about the Looney Toony rubber hose school of cartoon animation and whatnot designs for Sonic characters. Is just like, how do these characters, how do these creatures exist in the same world as your normal everyday humanoid humans? That's kind of part of the charm, I find.
No matter how many you defeat, they just keep coming. Shadow,
And you
give me a
always
hand.
seem to keep coming back every single time. Sonic, piss off. Behold, the ultimate power. Infinite ammo! I will go on an eternal rampage against anyone, and oh my God, Maria! Just get lost.
This is not a drill.
This is not a drill. This is a drill. Oh, sorry, I should have done something. Drill! Well, this is not Sonic Colors or Lost World. This is Shadow the Hedgehog. Potentially what one might consider peak Sonic Dark Age fuckery.
What in tarnation?
I wouldn't call it tarnation at this point. It's a little bit more fucked than that. Also, hello. Welcome
Hello.
to the stream.
I just saw Shadow the Hedgehog and I'm like, what is happening here?
Good question. I don't have an answer. I guess because the whole Shadow Generations thing was coming up, it's just something that's been on the back of my mind. It's just like, maybe I should try playing this again. 'Cause that's
Getting
not-
ready for it.
Maybe. I'm still iffy about whether or not I'm going to get it or not, because I really don't want to re-buy Sonic Generations again just to get the Shadow stuff. If there was a way to get Shadow Generations by itself when I already have Sonic Generations, fine.
Maybe make it a DLC to Sonic Generations.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping it would be, but that doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
Yeah, it's like its own game.
Yeah, but you can still get it on Steam. So it would be interesting if that if people who already had like a Steam copy could, just get access to the Shadow content and maybe an updated version of the game. Although, let's be fair, Sonic's batting average with re-releases of games are not stellar, to say the least. I mean, need we point our fingers in the direction of the Sonic Adventure HD remaster? Before they were modded, they were pieces of shit. I go out of my way to collect all 5 keys in most of the levels that I get them in, and very few times do I ever find myself thinking, boy, that was worth it. Okay, I collect 5 keys, and I get this armored car. Goodbye, Sonic.
I literally forgot that armored car existed.
Meanwhile, there's a Jeep sitting right here, and I generally don't. I don't see the freaking point. First of all, the vehicles in this game are crap for the most part. It can be somewhat fun and interesting, just for the sake of, oh, Shadow's driving a car. Ow, you're a jerk.
I think when I played, I usually try to jump as much as possible on the enemies and use the guns as little as possible.
No, I understand that, but the fact of the matter is that this is one of those games where enemies have health bars. Oh, that was a great idea in Sonic Heroes, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that started before that.
Yeah, and unfortunately we keep getting games that attempt to iterate on that.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with it. Like, I like Spark the Electric Jester, but the one thing that I can do without, one way or the other, is the combat. The combat is great, but it's not what I want. I want to play, a Sonic the Hedgehog fan game, not a Sonic the Hedgehog fan game that's kind of like frickin' Devil May Cry. I don't play Devil May Cry because I don't like the combat. I don't care for the combat.
Disgusting black.
I
never played that game.
Yeah, but I play Sonic games because I like the high-speed platforming antics. Combat is just not on the forefront of my thinking when I do that. Spark the Electric Jester is one of those cases where ultimately it's its own game, so I can't necessarily decry it for doing that. But the fact still remains, if a game can be like Sonic the Hedgehog in one way, I want it to be in that one way, while not mixing it with something else.
Let's go fast from point A to point B and be done with it.
I like high-paced action platforming. The point A to point B is, here and there. There should definitely be a goal, but I'm honestly kind of mixed on the how-to of accomplishing that. Because I watched a YouTube video from someone a while back, where they were actually trying to talk about the problems with Sonic the Hedgehog and how it is ultimately in 3D hit one of 2 different types of gameplay loops. One of those gameplay loops is a more open world, open exploration style of gameplay, a la like Sonic Adventure, whereas the alternate is kind of like a linear precision platformer, where the objective isn't so much. You have the same objective in both, but the how-tos of doing each one vary drastically. And I think the strongest games of both types of gameplay in those particular categories are Sonic Adventure for the more open level style gameplay, and I know other people might argue probably Sonic Generations, but I actually think Sonic Unleashed's daytime levels were the peak of the boost gameplay formula, because the levels there and the daytime levels actually felt substantial, and like they were genuinely challenging your reflexes and whatnot. Meanwhile, games like Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog, with the way that they move, you'd think that they were kind of more towards the high-speed, you know, point A to point B, but then they have these missions, and it sort of goes against that entire ordeal. It's just like,
Yep.
Shadow in these games, Shadow and Sonic's acceleration is ridiculously high. But here I am, just trying to keep pace with this slow-ass tank, trying not to run into shit. But at the same time, in the past few days, I've still just been playing this off and on more often than I would even begin to consider going back to Sonic Heroes. I just don't find Shadow the Hedgehog near as irritating as Sonic Heroes. Yeah. Ooh. And here I was talking earlier.
Big gun.
The MP5 is about as big as Shadow the Hedgehog is. And look at this. It got a Vulcan cannon that would take like 4 Shadow the Hedgehogs to match. Like, this thing is stupidly long. Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, motorcycle.
Motorcycle. This is what I was made for. I was born to be wild, Sonic. Meanwhile, if Sonic were being realistic, he'd be outpacing me by a long shot.
Yeah.
Like, why are you on that? Why are you on that motorcycle, you slow-mo? You can get more traction
You
with
go
the,
much faster.
yeah, with the Vulcan cannons.
Not like you need
Oh,
to clear
right, I
10
have to
planes.
fight
Over
a
that chaos
freaking...
emerald.
You see, that's something that always catches me off guard whenever I play this, is I always forget that there are bosses aside from the final bosses in this game. Because you can potentially go through certain paths in this game and not
And
bump
skip them all.
into any bosses at all.
Guys,
Now
a
we're
builder.
talking. Bring it on.
Yeah, this is just a game to me. You know, I don't care that the city's on fire or that everything's exploded or the citizens had to run away. I just want to kick some alien butt.
It's okay, it's okay. Even to the city is gonna be destroyed. All's well is gonna be ending well.
Where you think you're going? I don't know why I read that as... He said blubbery, but I read that as blueberry. You're not going
Yes.
anywhere. No, we're not going to chaos anything. I have infinite ammo.
Chaos infinite ammo.
This planet was once safe from tyranny and annihilation by you two heroes.
Yeah, when did you get them together to take that photograph?
It's Photoshop.
AI.
These days you never know.
Well, the sad thing is, at this point, Photoshop and AI are one and the same.
Where's that damn
Where is the
fourth
damn
chaos
fourth Chaos
emerald?
Emerald? Oh, he actually is that.
Yeah. He can never
Watch out!
not
You're gonna
crash.
crash!
This is just
Ah!
too easy.
Ah!
The real question is, where did Sonic go? Why did he not follow?
Here's my question. Why is Shadow here?
That too.
Because there's a lot of questions about how we progress through this game in the various areas that we end up going to. Because it's just like, okay, you go from level... You go by completing this task, you go from this level to that level. My question is, what thought process leads Shadow to going to any of these specific directions once he's done that?
I don't know.
Shouldn't be too hard. These rings are easy to come by.
Let's not lose them.
Well, it's harder to lose rings in this game because of how... You don't lose all of your rings all at once. You only lose, like, a small amount whenever you get hit.
Oh right, I forgot that game did that.
There's another thing to remember is this is the first game to use the 4Kids dub cast. So this is the first time, this is the first game that officially has Mike Pollock in it. I'll give him credit, I do like Mike Pollock as Dr. Robotnik / Eggman. And I'm glad that he's been able to be the one major ongoing staple of the voice cast
He's
throughout
the one who
years.
survived.
Yeah.
Hey, look! A giant circus tent! What the heck was Eggman thinking when he made this place?
Look, I don't know what Eggman's... Look, Dr. Robotnik, Eggman, whatever your name is. What is your obsession with the circus?
That is true. Why is the Eggman Empire have to be just a giant carnival?
I got no time for games.
I've got no time for games, which is why I played every single game you had here, so that you can't continue to finance your parks. Which is always something that kind of gets under my skin. It's just like, rings are the currency of this world, so obviously,
Commander!
with so many laying around, how does anyone have money problems?
Have we ever heard of money problems in Sonic games?
Not directly, but it always felt odd to me how in Sonic Adventure 2, Eggman didn't really have much of his forces built up in response to everything that was going on. Like, a lot of the enemy in Sonic Adventure 2, more often than not, was the government. Like, Gun had more robots coming after you than anyone else. Eggman, he has his mech, which looked like it was barely holding together, and very slapdash upgrades. Meanwhile, Gun's sending out all their robots. The only times you ever encounter Eggman's robots are directly inside and outside of his base. Alright, so because I haven't taken the pure hero pathway before, I haven't actually been to this level during the past few runs of this place.
Hey, Shadow.
Oh, hello.
This game, it do be this game.
Yeah, it is this game. Omo Chowga.
Press A to fire me!
B, actually.
Oh, right. I give bad advice!
Omo Chow does give good advice. It's just that his advice is not always warranted or welcome when a player's played this game before all the time.
I know that. I was talking about myself.
How are you doing, by the way, though, Vic? I'm doing, yeah. I know the feeling. I am full of pizza right now. Just trying to process that. You are full of burger. Well, good for you. Sorry, guys. You just happen to be in the way of my destructive efforts against these alien forces. Pizza is good. Well, pizza is good, but, you know, I want burger.
Would you end up in a situation where you miss only one and you don't know where it is?
I wouldn't doubt it.
One more.
48, 49,
Please tell me that there's one beyond here.
and before you get flung into the gold ring.
Ah!
Oh! Oh!
No!
All dead.
Back to the beginning! You're right here?!
That's all of them.
Right at the frickin'...
Wow. Hey, at least you didn't go looking for it too long.
Alright, well, as long as we can just get on to the next level, because I know what the next couple of levels are, and I don't like them. And oh, wait, we have to do this first. I don't hate Jason Griffith as Sonic, but I do find his Shadow a lot of people like him as Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't, because he sounds too much like Sonic if Sonic was constantly whispering. It's just like he's doing that out loud whisper voice as Sonic. You know, that's the thing that I hate about anyone who does Shadow's voice. It's just like, I'm just trying to sound like I'm constantly whispering out loud. Meanwhile, the guy who did him, I think the best was the guy who did him first. It didn't sound like he was trying to whisper. Maybe not putting much effort into it, but I didn't think he needed to. So why don't I just keep doing this? Keep hitting the spring.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, I did it.
Well, that's a broken fight.
Well, they usually are. Apart from the Eggman battles,
Stop me.
these fights with these things are usually pretty easy. I know what's coming next, though. First, we go through this cutscene. So, like, this is the one place that Shadow's most likely to end up throughout all his playthroughs.
What's up, Shadow?
Hi there!
Not you again.
Up, Shadow.
Nice
Wow.
to see you too.
Being a real jerk there, Shadow. Here I am, bringing you this spaceship made out of Tails' plane. Don't ask me how he managed to do that. So that we can all go to the Ark together. And I'm just stopping by being a friend, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to see you. Rude.
Hey, at least you got on.
Yeah? And what's he about to do once he's in space? Like, we've been on a pure hero pathway up to this point.
A Chaos Emerald? You've got to be kidding me, guys. This is like taking candy from a baby, which is
Pure
fine by
hero,
me.
ladies and gentlemen. Would take candy from a baby. Shadow.
What are you doing?
Shadow. Hey, Shadow, you gonna...
Maria?
Shadow, what are you doing? Are you okay? You seem kind of zoned out at the moment. Oh my god, that face. We have to make choices, Shadow. We have to make decisions. Is the Earth in fact green or blue? Everything looks sepia toned to me, so that's probably what color the Earth is. Orange. Shadow, are you colorblind?
Oh no, not that level.
Actually, that's
I'll see you in 30 minutes.
I was gonna say that's another reason why Shadow the Hedgehog's been on my mind is, I got a comment on another comment that I made on, because there's the track that plays in Sonic Adventure 2 when Shadow's having that flashback. I made a comment on a video with that track, and it's just like, thanks to my brother, this track no longer has the same emotional impact it should to me. And then I just got a comment recently just saying, wait, why? I felt like showing responding with a link to the video in question for the reason why, but...
Shadow, what do you think it's like on Earth?
I don't know,
The
blue.
professor said his life's work was dedicated to all of those who live down there. He once told that the reason for his existence was making people happy through the power of science.
I don't know why that's so funny.
I just don't know
It's
anything
because it's
anymore.
not. Every time I think about it, I just can't not laugh. So the emotional impact of that scene is just lost on me because of it. Was I wrong?
No, I wasn't.
But back to... There's a map of the facility in this level. But this is... Why? Why? This map is... The details are so small. And there are these great big chunks all over the place. Die. You can stop shooting now, it's gone. You guys! Please be Please be careful not to fall! And where Punchy immediately drops like a rock. What are you fucking doing?
That guy just sat down.
All these sections! These
Yes.
sections are the reason that this whole artificial chaos hunt is so obnoxious. Like, yeah, the fact that the layout of the place is as big and open and all that is definitely a contributing factor, with all the winding passages that you can potentially go through. Stop shooting, please. There's nothing here anymore, but these big open passages that we go through are... Ugh. Okay, we can go up, or we can go that way, or we can go that way. There's too many passages to choose from around here. Also, once again, this grenade launcher is almost as big as Shadow is. How are you holding this up, Shadow? Your arm strength is... You have frickin' rubber hoses for arms, but your arm strength is frickin' immense. What is the point of the car being here?
Why would you run a car in that level? It leads to nowhere.
Who fired that? I heard that explosion. Who fired it? You hurt Maria! You don't get to hurt Maria. Why are you just shooting off at random? You deserve that. You know, there was always this indication the reason that Maria was, you know, always kept in the Ark away from people is because she had some sort of disease that she needed to keep away from other people because... I don't think that's ever directly addressed in the games, though, so... But the fact is, when she appears in Shadow the Hedgehog like this, and she's willing to run around with us and whatnot, I'm just like, aren't you, like, deathly sick or something? How are you able to keep up with me?
Behold the ultimate power.
as tempting as it is, no.
Fortunately, that level case control is kind of
Yeah, I think you
dangerous. Because you
Well,
could miss something.
Yeah, it's like if you're doing specific missions, then chaos control is completely wrong. And I think there's some levels that because they don't have a proper end point, if you use chaos control, you'll just end up going in a circle. Ah!
Oh.
The temptation!
The temptation of just getting the fuck out.
Wait a minute. You! Why?
Wow, what a coward.
What a coward! Just hiding in the back of this dead-end room behind behind pillars. I don't want to go out there.
This man's getting fired.
I had no idea this was here.
Neither did I. Except now I do. Which just begs the question of why there are walled-off rooms like this at all. It just doesn't seem very efficient to me. Then again, the layout of this entire colony doesn't seem efficient to me in any way, shape, or form.
There should only be one more left.
It better be on this track.
Oh.
It better be on this track. Because if it's not...
Should be.
Oh, Shadow,
Yeah, there he is. See, despite the fact it's 16 minutes.
Jesus balls.
So they expect you to take that long.
Still, you know, despite every question this game answers, it still leaves more questions unanswered. Like, okay, Shadow got sent to Earth after being ejected from the pod. How did Gunn recapture him? When did Gunn recapture him?
Where did it end?
Black creatures, Black Comet, there's probably some correlation there.
Answers are. I've got to get to
And the fact that all this alien invasion happened, like, right as that comet is showing up.
that might be going
Maybe. Since we're doing the hero mission, this should be pretty straightforward. My gun fires rings, but not power rings. Well, I mean, they are energy ring. The fact is, you can't pick them up and use them as currency. Actually, that would be an interesting, if probably annoying, type of weapon to have in a game like this. It's just like a gun that literally shoots power rings. You know, it would kind of halfway justify Tails' stupid dummy ring bombs.
I was gonna say. I was just thinking about that.
Again, this bludgeon is like multiple times the size of Shadow. And he's just like, he picks it right up and swings it around like it's
What is
nothing.
that man? Or Hedgehog, I mean.
Yeah. Chaos control!
Oh, come on.
Come on. Alright, we have to use the vacuum gun too.
I promised I would play a game with some people, and they seem to be getting ready, so I have to go.
Alright, see you around. I don't know why, but I'm suddenly having flashbacks to Casper, the Casper movie, the original one. And I'm just thinking about the scene where where the guy goes in, he's first dealing with the three ghosts, and he uses the vacuum cleaner. Explicitly remembering that scene, like right at the end, where he's sucking up Fatso, and he just goes,
This sucks!
You know what they say. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
"Oh, really? Because according to certain someone I know, the thing that they supposedly say is the more the merrier."
Take a look below.
It kind of drilled that into my head by saying it over and over. So my assumption, but that's what I always will associate with the, you know what they say is sort of lines. It's like, yeah. You know what they say, the more the merrier. The more the merrier. It's so stuck in my brain, Sonic. I need help. Shadow, we all need help. You're the actual villain here, not me. I've been as heroic as possible, including stealing candy from babies. All the way here.
We are perfect. Our true form, which we will reveal to you momentarily. Once I take off this mask and
Turn this voice down is that I'm actually Goku, and the black arms are actually Saiyans.
Planet she loved so much. And
Well,
I
if you're all
will.
Saiyans, then I'm saying that you all suck. Cause I've been taking you out with a Glock all this time. And if Saiyans can't stand up to a Glock, you're not worthwhile. Oh, you hand me the worst possible gun for this game. Fucking thanks! I'm honestly thinking that you're completely lying. You're not Saiyans at all. You just want to pretend that you are because you're voiced by Sean Schmel, when in fact you sound more like Dr. Claw. They could have hired anyone to play you, but they figured, oh, the voice of Goku. That's a high-profile voice actor. I will prove them wrong. You're not threatening in the least. You're an aberration. You're nothing.
you call me a fraud. I am actually Frank Welker.
Stop it.
love this planet.
You're nothing.
I
You're
will
not
not
Sean
let you destroy
Schmel.
it.
You're not Frank Welker. You're just a stupid guy in a cloak. But yes, we've arrived at an ending. A good and Sonic! What the Okay, I get it's probably because I'm using the widescreen hack and you weren't supposed to see that. But where was your face?
Black Doom and his army are finished. This is who I am.
Yes, this is who you are, Shadow. This is the you that you should have been throughout this entire game. There is nothing else for it. There doesn't need to be anything other than doing the most heroic thing possible, because you are Shadow the Hedgehog! Nothing left to lose. You win! Oh, hell, Shadow! I still think this is the better version of this song, all things considered. But, I still kind of wish we got Who I Am instead. All that goddamn work of having a game which can separate into so many different pathways. You get a library with over 326 possible route outcomes. 326 possible route outcomes in this game. So many different twists and turns you can get to the 10 potential endings of this game. And all 10 of them. And yet, none of them equate to fucking anything at all. Because of this! We're going to save the humans from themselves. Everyone else, the non-human creatures, you guys, Knuckles? Yeah. The whole purpose for this big plan of Black Doom's is because he wants the Chaos Emeralds to use their time-space manipulating powers to allow the Black Comet to enter the Earth's atmosphere so that it can then feed on Earth. Oh my god, what the fuck happened to Rouge?
No, that's impossible.
And Sonic... Anytime someone goes off the edge of the screen like that, pieces of them decide to disappear. I get that there's probably some culling going on, specifically just, you know, to save resources and whatnot, but that... it looks awkward! Could you at least squash the other creatures first before you left to deal with that. Granted, I don't know how much Shadow actually cares for any of them, except maybe Rouge. Actually, that just begs the question. There's various other characters that could have showed up there. Like, where is Omega?
Use chaos control to make
Like, I ask that question all the time.
I believe in you.
Just like, where is Omega every time these guys need to
Please, hurry.
team up against something? It's just like there's always having team ups between Shadow and Rouge, but anytime you have to bring up let's start a team, where is Omega? Damn, Maria. Still don't quite understand why there's. I destroyed rocks. Why does that fill my evil energy meter? Rocks! Smashing you makes me angry. I will destroy everything! And that just fills me with a sense of needing to do things that I don't want to. Speaking of, that's something else I should probably do. Because I found out that there is a Shadow the Hedgehog randomizer mod. Of all the ding-dang-dumb doggone things, there is a Shadow the Hedgehog randomizer mod filled with evil, just for destroying freaking tentacles. Not that it matters. I am now filled with enough good to go zoomy zoom vroom vroom. Oh, yeah! I'm going to chew the scenery, literally. I genuinely want to see if I can use Chaos Blast here. The whole level is geared towards giving you all these things that will give you Chaos Control energy. I want to use Chaos Blast just for shits and giggles. Yeah, Chaos Blast! Infinite destruction!
So you managed to get as far as this, despite everything I put in your way, Shadow the Hedgehog. Various enemies, the giant tentacles, and everything that you could think of to be a hindrance to your progression. We did it all just to test you.
Well, your tests suck!
You're going down.
I'm gonna kill you right here and now!
I don't think that you are. Video game logic tells me that this is the point where there is a great revelation that allows me to stop you in your tracks. The fact that I am neither a Saiyan nor a Hedgehog, nor am I actually Shanchamel or friggin' Dr. Claw. I am in fact Sigma! Cause of course it would have to be me, the real, the one and only, trading places from Mega Man X to you. I decided it was high time I had a change in career. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna steal some Chaos Emeralds and cause some havoc in your stupid little world. Plus the future of Leploids and all that shit, it's just a front. Oh, what the hell? We have to have one of these. A message from the creator that changes everything. It's like those stupid Dr. Light capsules. Or that Dr. Wily fellow, leaving behind all sorts of messages and clues and whatnot. I thought I was away from this crap.
Seems like you're immune to my mind control.
You have no control over me, Black Doom.
Because the only control, nothing can control me. I am immune to bullshit. Because I am the player character in this game. The main character. The only character anyone should care about. Not you. Not anyone else. Just me. And therefore, I have every faculty available to me to beat your ass. All which is to say, it's justification for another supersonic boss battle, or sorry, super shadow boss battle against the giant evil lizard of the week. Fuck this boss. It's like, why does he even have a charged Chaos Spear in the first place? If rapid fire is just more reliable. And again, don't use the frickin' Chaos powers unless you somehow manage to build up Chaos Blast. Because Chaos Control, that's more trouble than it's worth. Don't use Chaos Control. If you happen to build up enough energy for it, don't. You're just gonna end up wasting more time in the long run. Oh, curse you, You're starting to sound like Dr. Claw. You're saying things like Dr. Claw. Curse you, Gadget. How did I build up such an excess of rings? I wasn't really even paying attention. Oh yeah, now we can use Chaos Blast. Well, I somehow managed to build up an excess of those, so I'm not too worried now. Granted, I'm still not going to use Chaos Control if I can manage. Also, you need to stay in this boss battle for like 8 fucking minutes if you want to get Eggman's word about what the hell happened and how he managed to, and whether or not he's actually... That's a plot point that you need to leave hanging that long before you can actually get any closure on. That's smart! That's smart game design! It really is! I am not being sarcastic at all! It's just like, there's so many questions left unanswered in this game, and that's one that you can get answered, but only under extraordinarily specific circumstances, and it's just not freaking fair! 8 minutes! I say you have to wait 8 minutes to get that. I'm not deliberately trying to do that. For anyone wondering, it's just... it can take that long if you're doing it the way that I'm doing, obviously. Again, I am not trying to waste a whole 8 minutes just for that dialogue. I'm trying to not... I'm trying to do this as quick as possible, but I'm gonna just... Got one more hit. I got one more hit. Come on, come on! I can't hit him from down here! There! Jesus Christ! I hate to think that the Shadow Generations would actually reveal that, oh, he's been alive this whole time, but I don't know. You never know with the Sonic the Hedgehog series what bullshit they're gonna pull out of their asses. Like, I imagine, like, Shadow Generations is basically, you know, like Sonic Generations. There's a bunch of stuff from Shadow's past, and Black Doom happens to be a part of that. Again, where is Omega during all of this? Why does Omega always disappear at the worst possible times? Because he would have been freaking useful throughout all of this. He doesn't breathe. He's a robot. He doesn't have to worry about the gas. He could have been my helper throughout that entire last section. But no, he's off trying to figure out ways to undo Eggman.
We were all wrong about the professor.
Not entirely! Oh. It's just a cutout! Never turning back again! Except... no, we are. I haven't played the whole game here on stream, obviously. So, the exhausting nature of this game is somewhat lost, but still. It is what it is. When you take it one piece at a time, it's not horrible. But when you're doing it like I did when I did my Let's Play years ago, and you know the past few days where I'm just keep playing the game and keep playing the game and keep playing the game and keep playing the game over and over and over and over and over and over. It grades on you. The incentive for doing so is not great, and you know, this whole, let's go complete 10 endings and then we get a final ending that's canon to the Sonic video game canon storyline, which is ultimately full of so many stupid contradictions in the first place. Who cares? A lot of people apparently, but and even then, I'm not done with this game. Like I said earlier, there's the Shadow the Hedgehog randomizer mod. So I'm gonna be coming back to this at some point. Right now, I think I'm done. Never turn back. Wrong. I'm gonna turn back and play this again in different ways. There's also the effort of getting all the A ranks so that maybe if I give a shit, I can do the expert mode playthrough where I have to replay all of these levels all over again. Well, except that expert mode makes that a lot easier because you don't have to worry about different missions, and you can just go from one level to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And you know that's I think I've already done that. But hell, since I'm replaying it on a completely new save file that has nothing to do with emulation, well, I'll think about it. In the meantime, though, I think I'm gonna call it a stream here. Thanks to everyone who joined us along the way, and I'll catch you on the flip side.